It is time for your main event on the Big Fight Live here on ITV4. Two unbeaten, very confident men. The vacant British light heavyweight title is at stake. Here's your MC, Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now at this time, let's welcome to the ring from Kevin Forrest, Wales, Nathan Cleverly.
Thomas Treiber giving Nathan Cleverly the big introduction, and the crowd responds. A lot have made their way down from Wales, and he has looked extremely confident since he's arrived here. He thinks that he will have too much for McIntosh, that he will be the superior boxer and have the edge in power. Product originally of Enzo Calzaghe's gym, now being trained by his father Vince. Very popular young lad. Still at Cardiff University, he's got a year to go in that maths degree. He's just had his exams. And he now thinks that he's ready to produce a performance which will win him the British title.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the ring from Norwich, Danny the Macman McIntosh.
An awful lot of people are going to be having an awful lot of egg on their faces. That was the gist of what Danny's been saying. He is super confident. You've heard Carl Froch say that he is a puncher. George Groves, who sparred with him, has talked about his physical strength. He's a big underdog. Nathan Cleverly quoted at 6-1 on by the bookies. McIntosh, 29 years old, showing himself to be a bit of a showman as he vaults over those ropes. And what an atmosphere we've got here. Had a cracking fight first off with Thaxton and Glover, and no reason to suppose that this, the main event, should be any less dramatic.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our featured bout, and it is brought to you by Hennessy Sports in association with Lonsdale, BoxingGirls.com, and the Hellerby Hall Hotel. It is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it will be for the vacant British Light Heavyweight Championship. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Steward in charge is Phil Lundgren. Our timekeeper is Peter McCann. And the three judges assigned, scoring on a 10-point must system, will be Mark Green, Ian John Lewis, and Marcus McDonald. When the bell rings, our referee in charge of the action will be Howard Foster. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the home of British boxing, your call Bethnal Green, this is our main event, which means it's time for the Big Fight Live. Introducing to you first, fighting to my left out of the blue corner, he's wearing yellow with black and weighed in at 12 stone, 6 pounds. Coming to us from Kevin Forrest, Wales, he is undefeated with 16 wins, no losses, and 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning Commonwealth Light Heavyweight Champion, Nathan Cleverly. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he's wearing silver with black trunks and weighed in at 12 stone, 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Hailing from Norwich, he is also undefeated with 10 wins, no losses, and 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the reigning English light heavyweight champion, Danny the McMahon McIntosh. 12-round schedule. Our referee in charge, Howard Foster, now to give the instructions.
Okay, lads, spoke to you both in the dressing room. You both know what. Listen to me, both of you. You both know what I expect. Keep it clean, break straight away when told, and both of you watch your heads. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
Howard Foster's a no-nonsense official. There was plenty of good old-fashioned eyeballing between the two of them. That's all pre-fight bravado. When the bell rings, we will find out now who is the better. Cleverly versus McIntosh, it could be special. Cleverly slightly the taller man. McIntosh says his last 3 fights have been against fighters of vastly inferior quality to what he is going to bring to the ring. Well, we'll see. This first 3 minutes, Duke, it's going to be a case of don't take your eyes off it.
I think so. Both boxers incredibly fired up. A lot of eyeballing across the ring before the fight had even begun. The cool head wins this fight.
Frank Warren, the promoter of Nathan Cleverly, has spoken about him as being a new Calzaghe, a superstar in the making. McIntosh, not surprisingly, says, oh yeah, I don't think so.
Well, we're about to find out. The power lies with McIntosh, unquestionably, but the overall skill must lie with Cleverly.
You think that's definitely the case? You think McIntosh, I know he's got the bigger muscular physique, but do you think he's definitely the heavier-handed?
Oh, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly the more heavier-handed.
That's a decent left hook from Cleverly, which caught McIntosh off balance.
See, already Cleverly using his skill, just landing in punching range, pushing McIntosh off and looking to hurt him.
McIntosh is expending a lot of energy in this opening round. That's a good right hand from Cleverly. Quality shot. And decent right hook and left hook into the body, followed by that uppercut. And another cracking left hook from Cleverly.
There it is there. That's what I'm talking about, the class of Cleverly.
Well, McIntosh now has a better idea of what this lad's about.
Well, McIntosh won't knock Cleverly over with one punch, as he has done previously, complaining of a low blow. It's been that kind of a fight already.
Now, keep the punches up, Howard Foster is saying. He's not taking a point away from him at this stage. He'll give McIntosh rather time to recover. Keep your punches up. Extra time will be added on, of course, into this opening round. Another good right hand from Cleverly.
Cleverly wants to knock out, make no mistake about that. He wants to pay McIntosh. McIntosh needs to keep his defence up, keep his chin down.
The right hand from Cleverly to the head has been damaging in this opening period.
The body shots.
Well, good shot again.
The body shots, John, the body shots, I promise you, they are hurting McIntosh.
Cleverly said, if I want to go places, he's the kind of guy I've got to be beating. I'm going to be too quick, too strong, too good. First 3 minutes, nothing to suggest that Cleverly is not right in that assessment.
Yeah, just the cleaner punches, the harder punches. Again, for me, it's Cleverly.
A little showboating from McIntosh, not sure what that's all about. Some real quality work from Nathan Cleverly in those opening 3 minutes with body shots like that, and he felt that, Duke.
He certainly did.
Cleverly the boss of the first 3 minutes. Brendan Ingle a little bit worried. Oh, good shot from McIntosh. Look at this.
Well, it turned out exactly as what we thought it would do. what Cleverly's doing is actually the wrong tactics, but he's opted to fight fire with fire. He wants to fight McIntosh at his own game, and he wants to beat him at his own game. He doesn't just want to outbox him, he wants to outpunch him.
There's a certain little skirmish coming on up the road in Manchester a bit later on this evening. I'm sure that a lot of boxing fans will be watching that one later, but don't go away from this, because this is dramatic and will stay so.
Well, McIntosh has to sustain this. If he's going to fight that kind of a fight, he has to sustain it. Can't give Cleverly room to get off with his combinations and his nice jab.
Danny McIntosh at 29. He was a late starter to professional boxing, but he's been a fast learner. What a toe-to-toe exchange that was in the opening 30 seconds of the round.
Fantastic, and here's McIntosh now getting through with a nice uppercut and a right hand. But Cleverly's not hurt, no.
Cleverly shaking his head as much as to say, well, you've got to do better than that. But the fans are right into this one. Cleverly's fans predominantly up on the balcony. McIntosh fans on the floor of the auditorium. And it is toe-to-toe action, drama.
McIntosh covering up the body shot.
Good body shot.
They're hurting him, John.
Straight left hand.
They're hurting him.
That was a big left hook from Cleverly, and McIntosh is in trouble.
Got him.
It was the left hook to the body that did it. The right hand to the head has put him down, but it was a superb left hook from Cleverly. McIntosh is up, shakes his head a little bit disconsolately, but he's still got a smile on his face. How much has he got left?
Apart from the body shot, good intelligent boxing from Cleverly. He's like a BMW in there, John. You know, being really scientific in his approach, doing really well, working the body well, head well. Just got to pick his punches to look for closure from this fight.
McIntosh saying, keep your punches up. That's up to the referee. Oh, great shot again from Cleverly. Terrific right hand, and I don't think McIntosh is going to get up from that one. Oh, he springs up somehow. Now the referee will have a very close look. Did the dramatic flip up to his feet to say, yes, I'm okay. But he's got to see it through to the end of this round. Otherwise, it's going to be curtains. Cleverly going looking for the one big shot, which could finish it here in the second. And McIntosh bravely evading it and seeing it through to the bell. There's a left hand got in low from Cleverly and a complaint from McIntosh. And what a round that was.
It was a sensational round from Cleverly. You know, precise punching, good head punching, good, excellent body punching. McIntosh been taken out of his comfort zone. He's been met with class tonight. I think that McIntosh is technically flawed, and that's what's being proven tonight.
Oh, what punches from both men. This is the first knockdown. He'd been softened up by that left hook to the body. Then he went down again with that. And how did he get up? But I don't know. Well, you didn't see the way in which he sprung to his feet from that. It was a dramatic spring up. Now, let's have a look at this, can we? He somehow managed to get up in the most dramatic fashion imaginable. Look at the smile. No, you don't see it. But he sprung up quite astonishingly.
Yeah, the knockdown was a good knockdown, but obviously his head was reasonably clear. McIntosh has to hang on now, try and box Clever for the first minute at least, because Cleverly's going to go punch picking.
That round would be a 10-7 round to Cleverly, 2 knockdowns. Third round, what can McIntosh produce now other than bravery and sheer fighting instinct? At the moment, he's still in there pitching, but another right hand puts him down. It's the third knockdown. A shake of the head from Danny McIntosh as he looks across to his girlfriend in the crowd. She's on her feet, imploring him to somehow fight on. The corner is saying, you've got to hold and buy some time. Cleverly will have none of it. He'll look to finish it right here and now.
Well, that was a pushover, but McIntosh has nothing left. His inexperience now is really starting to show. Doesn't know how to hang on, doesn't know how to claim, buy time. He's not particularly hurt, but he's just getting hurt to the body.
Cleverly really loading up on these punches. He's looking for the punch which he believes can finish it now. All started by that savage left hook to the body. The referee will take a close look at McIntosh. still he's conning to Cleverly that he's not hurt. Nathan Cleverly is too wise and too fight hardened to realise that that is nothing more than a bluff.
Well, you know, normally what you get from Cleverly, he's normally a good punch picker, but he's been so pumped up, so drawn into this fight, can't quite find that payoff punch as yet. He needs to just get back to his boxing just a little bit, put a little bit of space between the two to look for that big punch.
Can Nathan Cleverly finish his man here? This is guts from McIntosh. Cleverly, I don't think, has punched himself out.
No, he hasn't punched himself out, John. A little bit of frustration, can't quite find the payoff punch.
They've talked about McIntosh's strength. It's really being called into action now. Another left hand from Cleverly, looked low. Remember, he's been ticked off for that once already. Whistle pass just fractions away from the chin of McIntosh, who's keeping that chin hanging out invitingly.
Yeah, I think Cleverly has punched himself out, though. I think you were right in what you just said. I think he's punched himself out somewhat. Put a lot into these exchanges, particularly the early ones, and that's why he hasn't been able to find that payoff punch. Nice body shot again from Cleverly. I think McIntosh living on borrowed time.
McIntosh, though, will still have belief, and look at this! What a round! It's been all Nathan Cleverly so far. He had his man down twice in the second round. But McIntosh is still in there. Strong, fit, determined. What a turnaround it would be if he could come back from this.
But Cleverly just needs a good stiff jab, just to establish that jab. Get the jab going again, where he can get the right hands and the left hooks to the body through. Well, McIntosh is showing his strength. You know, he's been on the canvas several times, but he's still in there pitching, still looking for a victory somehow.
Oh, good shot, good left hook from Cleverly. Real quality punch, that.
No slap behind McIntosh's punches.
Oh, another good shot from Cleverly. McIntosh looked across. He looked across to his own corner to say, that's nothing, it's not hurt me.
Yeah, it did. Again, I'd like to see Cleverly adopt that lovely jab. And he needs a single jab just to find his range, because he's smothering his work. He's getting a little bit too close to McIntosh. Wants that big payoff shot, wants the photo finish.
He was terrific early on, wasn't he, Cleverly? But I suppose if you're going to be hypercritical, you would say that he has fought McIntosh's fight. At the moment, he's proved himself to be the superior man.
But again, I think his tactics slightly wrong. Wanted to beat McIntosh at his own game. Be macho like McIntosh. Take it to him. But he has much better boxing skills and should keep adopting that.
He's talking to McIntosh in there.
Going to get warned, I think, John.
I think he might lose a point here. No, final warning.
Yeah, punch is just straying a little bit low.
Boos from the Welsh fans. McIntosh has showed real guts, though, hasn't he? Coming back in this manner. And he is heavy-handed. You cannot discount his chances as long as he is upright. Cleverly can't afford to let his punches stray low again.
Although the punches that McIntosh throws around the back of the head, little cupping punches, but that will give him confidence.
Cleverly is really loaded up here, and he's complaining there, McIntosh, about a punch around the back of the head. Howard Foster having none of it. But McIntosh is still in there pitching. 4 rounds completed, and such is the noise, you'll hardly hear the bell when it comes. There it is. Another round to Cleverly. Cleverly being told by his father Vince that he's got to get back on his boxing, go back to using his jab.
Round 5.
And there's a little bit of an exchange of words between the two of them. McIntosh was told by Brendan Ingle, who's been around the fight game for a few years, to put it mildly, come on, you can still win this fight, you can still do it. They sense that Cleverly might have gambled too much too soon.
Both boxers talking to each other at every exchange, every opportunity. No love lost here.
Well, Danny McIntosh is never shy of expressing a view. And Nathan Cleverly likewise trying to prove that he will not be intimidated by somebody with a puncher's reputation, and he won't be outgamed and outpsyched.
Well, you know, Cleverly should do what he's been instructed to do in his corner, and that's to box. If he boxes this guy, it's a much easier fight. If he stands and fights against McIntosh, then he's got to fight.
Great right hand from Cleverly, but McIntosh is trying to wind him up. He's trying to get him to commit and to make mistakes. And he's still talking to him.
Well, you'd expect Cleverly to be too smart for that.
He's getting dragged into it though, Duke.
Yeah, there's absolutely no need for that. No need to get drawn into a punching fight. Should be the smart guy in there.
Probably the appropriate moment to say, don't forget, this is a 12-rounder.
That's about right, John.
There's so much action and drama in it, it seems like it started last year.
Cleverly opting still to try and knock McIntosh out with every punch that he throws.
Well, the fact of the matter is that Cleverly, if he's prepared to do so and prepared to rely on boxing skills, he's so far ahead that he can just box his way through this match, but of course he doesn't want to do that. I wonder if Enzo, Calzaghe and Joe are watching somewhere.
Undoubtedly, you know, they're still very friendly, I'm told, so there's no reason why they shouldn't be. The nice good body shot there from Cleverly.
Cleverly's been the 12-round. Good shot, good right hand. But McIntosh takes it and holds on. Nods his head to say, yep, he's got me, but I'm okay. Oh, good uppercut from Cleverly.
Beautiful shot.
Cleverly trying to use superior boxing skills. McIntosh trying to end this round on the ascendant. He's never been beyond 7 rounds. Cleverly has been 12 rounds with that noted rough, tough house fighter, Tony Oki. We will see. It's still Cleverly's fight. Impassioned speech from Brendan Ingle in the corner. There's that uppercut which had Duke McKenzie purring with satisfaction, but McIntosh took it.
He certainly did it, but it was a beautifully timed punch by Cleverly. He should have adopted a little bit more of that. Use the jab. That's my key to victory for Cleverly. Use that jab. McIntosh doesn't jab. McIntosh can only get off with 1 or 2 single shots at any given time. He's not a combination puncher. So Cleverly should just use his boxing skills. Doesn't have to be in close with him. Keep him at range with behind the jab from there. And try the double jab on the right hand. Go back to that combination. It brought him a lot of success in the opening rounds.
He was 6-1 on, Nathan Cleverly, let me remind you. I think Danny McIntosh may have had a few quid on himself. And he'll still believe. Is Cleverly going to get more vulnerable the further the fight goes? Not been hurt so far, though. McIntosh hasn't been able to trouble him with any of his bombs. Maybe apart from that astonishing exchange, was it at the beginning of the 3rd round?
Beginning of that round, yes. Got Cleverly winning this fight comfortably. I've got him winning every round. It does get scrappy because they both exerted a lot of energy, but I still feel that Cleverly can box a lot better than what he's showing us. See, McIntosh does a good job of winding him up, talking to him. The referee's going to tell them now.
He's going to speak to
Cut
both of them here, yeah. Cleverly was certainly dragging his man on and hitting as he did so.
That's good refereeing.
He's a good ref, is Howard. But as long as McIntosh is in there, he has that punch, and you never know. You can't be 100% certain that Cleverly has got this one. Cleverly so well schooled, though, over the years, if you pardon the choice of phrase.
But still loading up with every time Cleverly drops the right hand over, he loads up with it. Every punch is like the potentially last punch that he's going to throw. I've seen him box a lot better than what he's demonstrating now. But, you know, styles make fights, obviously.
Well, the onslaught of Cleverly has not quite been maintained, though, has it? I don't suppose it's impossible that it could have been. He put so much into those first 2 rounds.
I think he'll be the first to say after this fight, you know, he did put too much in and his tactics went out the window and allowed this guy to get to him. Lovely body shots again from Cleverly.
McIntosh not been able to find the target with that much vaunted power shot. It's good from Cleverly, good hand speed, good variety of punch. Halfway stage of the fight, if you're just joining us, where on earth have you been? Nathan Cleverly had his man down twice in the second round. He's dominated so far, but McIntosh, the puncher, is still there, and Brendan Ingle imploring him, come on, the time's come, you've got to let go some bombs.
Needs to find a way to turn this one around. Obviously, what he has to rely on is his punching power. But credit to McIntosh, he's taking these punches from Cleverly a lot better now. Still getting hit flush, but not going on the canvas.
There's plenty of histrionics, plenty of showboating, trying to invite Cleverly in. Cleverly not able to find the power to put him down again so far. Easy, easy is a chant from the Welsh supporters. Cleverly has actually been down at one stage in his career. He was floored back in 2007 against Joey Vegas.
He's come on a lot from those days, John.
Just a bit. Right hand, down he goes again. It's the 3rd time he's touched the canvas. There's a smile on his face. Is he going to get up? He does.
Just about got up, John. Struggling now, McIntosh.
I'm all right, he says to Howard Foster. I beg to differ.
No, nothing left. Referee should stop this one. He's got nothing left.
There it is, it's all over. In the 7th round, the British champion is Nathan Cleverly. He celebrates as well he might. Is this a superstar in the making? They're saying in the valleys and in South Wales that this could be the man to follow in the footsteps of Joe Calzaghe. For tonight he has accounted for a big, powerful and dangerous fighter in Danny McIntosh. There's still improvement to be made for Cleverly, and he may say that his tactics were not spot on. Brave, brave performance from McIntosh. He gave it his all, but in the end, you have to say that from boxing ability, he was outclassed.
He was totally outclassed. You know, I said before, McIntosh technically flawed. Couldn't really match this kid for boxing skills. You know, you can have all the muscles in the world, but they're no good to you if you haven't got any boxing ability to go with it. Look at this right hand. That was right behind the ear, I think, that one, John. Put him right behind the ear and it just finished him. Absolutely nothing left.
He ducked low, didn't he? Here was where the finish came. teeing off almost at will, and I think that's a merciful conclusion. We'd called it, and Howard Foster in there just a couple of seconds later. I think absolutely right to say that's it.
Yeah, good call by the referee. You know, saved the boxer from any further punishment. Congratulations to Cleverly. Be interesting to see where he goes from here.
He will go on from here. They're talking about him having a crack maybe at a WBO world title at some stage in the not too far distance. They're looking at him as a potential world title challenger in the next year or two. He's certainly a star on the rise. Danny McIntosh gave it a brave shot, but listen to the support for Nathan Cleverly, and he rightly acknowledges that. McIntosh is back on his feet, he's okay. And there are the Cleverly supporters. Fair play to his dad Vince, who's prepared him for this contest, and fair play as well to Danny McIntosh, who sportingly raises Cleverly's hand and says, yep, I thought I could do it, but as it happened, he was the man. Brave effort from Danny McIntosh, and fair play to him for that display of sportsmanship. But the new British light heavyweight champion is Nathan Cleverly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 30 seconds of round number 7. Our referee in charge, Howard Foster, stops the contest. Therefore, your winner and the new British light heavyweight champion, Nathan Cleverly.
Nathan Cleverly then, the Commonwealth champion, and now the British champion. And those fans who've travelled here from Wales have had full value for money. Tremendous effort and a warm round of applause from Danny McIntosh as well. Goodness me, we thought he was done and dusted in the second and the third. Big smile on his face. Glad to say he has made a full and complete recovery. He did as well as he could. But Cleverly, as we suspected, looked in a different class. Don't forget, we still have Tyson Fury to come here. And we'll be right back, and we'll be talking to the Commonwealth and now the British 12 stone 7 champion, Nathan Cleverly. Champion, and crikey, Nathan Cleverly, you've got 1 or 2 belts there, haven't you? You've got a bit of a weight on your shoulders, but that Lonsdale belt over the right shoulder, what does that mean to have that with you after that fight?
I've been waiting a long time for this. I picked up the Commonwealth belt first by beating Tony Oakey, a top light heavyweight in Great Britain, and it was only a matter of time before I picked up the Lonsdale belt. And it's been, I've worked so hard for it, and the night has come.
They're talking about you winning world titles, but that's a huge achievement for every professional fighter to win a Lonsdale belt.
It is. I won the Lonsdale belt tonight. To keep the belt, I've actually got to defend it 3 times.
Yes, you have, I know.
If the world title comes in, you know, I'm going to step up and take that world title. You know, I feel unstoppable at the moment.
Now, how about this fight here tonight? I mean, the way it started, you must have thought you were in for a quick night.
Credit to McIntosh, you know, he came in, he was fired up, and it made it exciting for the fans. But as soon as I started letting those big shots go, I was waiting for this fight to let those shots go. People underestimated my power, and I think I proved them wrong tonight.
But terrific bravery was down there, and that little backflip, and did you have a look and think, what's this fella doing?
Once again, credit to Danny McIntosh. He made it exciting for the fans, he was fired up, he got up off the canvas so many times, with 4 or 5. Credit to him, but it was only a matter of time before I finished him off. I enjoyed it.
And there's the stoppage in the 7th. I will have to say to you that inside that ring at times there was more chat going on there than with John Rawling and Duke McKenzie.
Yeah, it was. You know, McIntosh was chops in a way. He was trying to play a bit of kidology, you know. He was trying to, I suppose, bully me. You know, but I'm an experienced lad for 22, and nothing phases me. I'll take on anybody. You know, and I proved tonight that I can trade with any big puncher. McIntosh, a proven puncher. I said I'd trade with him. I did.
You did trade, and it was almost in olden days they'd throw nobbins here, they'd throw coins at you, but you're probably delving in bigger currencies than that at the moment. But do you feel that actually, if you'd have stood back and used your boxing skills, when you look at it back, you might think, you know, I should have had him out of there quicker?
No. I said from the start, I'm gonna come into the ring and break Danny McIntosh's heart.
Okay.
Which is what I did. I'll break anybody, like any light heavyweight's heart. I've got the heart, I've got the spirit, I've got the belief, and I've got the boxing ability to take me all the way to the top.
And after you've got that maths degree at Cardiff University, you're looking to become a pretty clever world champion, aren't you?
Exactly. Hey, that maths degree is just as important to me as these boxing belts. Honestly, I passed my exams just before my last fight. And I've got 1 more year left before I graduate. I'll get my cap and gown, and I'll be in that ring trading my cap and gown as well as these belts.
I mean, listen, we all admire you for doing it, but how much of a distraction is it? I mean, do you think you could be even better if you didn't have to get your head around the books and the exams?
Jim, I love challenges, and the maths is a challenge for me to get my degree, and it's even more of a challenge when I've got to defend my Commonwealth title and now my British title, and it's going well so far, and believe me, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it.
And just finally from you, we've got Carl Fletcher literally just about a yard away from you. If you look at him and say, hey, one day I'll be a British world champion as well.
Exactly, and a credit to Carl, he done it the old-fashioned way. He picked up his Commonwealth, picked up his British belt, he didn't go straight for a world title, and credit to Carl, well done, son. But, one day, I will get that world title.
I'm sure you will.
I will, definitely.
Okay, you've got to give your fans a wave up there, keep them happy. Well done, Nathan. Excellent.